Hi there, my name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
I'm James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James, and you have come to Lighting the Way, Granny Rocks and Raps. So please do chat with us.
Raps and rocks.
She raps and she rocks. So please do chat with us, and Beth will be happy to respond to you directly in person if you're here in person. Otherwise, you can comment after the show sometime, and she will respond to your comment.
That's right. Whether you are on Facebook or at our facebook.com/Granny Rocks On, or you are at Beth Green TV on YouTube, you are welcome. We'd love to hear from you and all of those good things. So, well, tonight I have a topic which is called, I've got it, it's up now, I can actually read it so that I have the correct name of the show. Can we do better? And do we believe it, even if we can? Because if you don't believe you can do better, you won't try. And we have some wonderful
We have
viewers.
a couple of comments already. Tracy is here and says hello and sends a heart of love and a big wave. Hello. Thank you, Tracy. Same
Hi,
back at ya.
Tracy. Welcome.
And Elizabeth says hi and sends a big heart of love also and a big smile. Thank you, Elizabeth.
So I feel very inspired tonight. And that's why the topic. Oh, and here's another one.
There's
Another
one. Karen
lovely
says, hey,
person.
good to see you both. Thank you, Karen. Great to have you with us.
Yes. Oh, so happy you could come live tonight. So when I say can we do better, what do I mean? I mean, can we do better personally in our interactions with one another? Charlie, that's the dog, doesn't listen to me at all. I could certainly do better as a dog trainer. And I also mean, can we do better as a society, as a world? So I want to tell you something. It's, Charlie, hey, stop putting holes in the carpet. We can't afford this. We can't have. By the way, for those of you who don't know, or who care, or who've been following us at all, you know, we've been trying to sell our house and move. Well, we're not selling our house. We're not moving. We're staying. We're staying put because we can do better.
We can do better here.
Right. Right. We can live better. We can be better. We can make more of a difference right here, we hope. So, you know, a lot of us get discouraged. Well, let's talk about the two sides of discouragement. One is, I keep being blocked. Everything is terrible. I can't. Okay, so, really? You know, when I was a girl, 100 years ago, and by the way, I'm wearing a T-shirt which says, what it was this one?
Women who behave rarely make history.
Women who behave rarely make history. Okay, so I was born in 1945, as many of you know, which was the kind of towards the end of World War II. There was a Holocaust. There was, you know, devastation. We had then later that year,
bomb.
that was in August.
That very year.
That very year. And it was bad news. And we had to defeat Hitler. There was, you know, all that stuff. Well, and it's true. And I looked when I was a child, you know, when they finally got television, right? Yes, there was a time before television. Never mind streaming services. We're talking about television. So, hey, Charlie. So at that time, if you would see the newsreels and somebody was talking to you, it was all in black and white. You had these newscasts in black and whites, and you would see the Senate or the House of Representatives. And what do you think all those people looked like? They were all white men, right? Right? So now, if I said, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be president, I want to be whatever I wanted to be, the whole world could show me, oh, don't be ridiculous. You can't do better. You can't do more than you are being taught that you can do. I went to a Ivy League college for girls. I had a scholarship, of course. I was expelled that year, so I wasn't there very long. Too radical, right?
For protesting the bomb.
Protesting the bomb, yes. I was 16 years old. So even though it was a very intelligent girls' good school, we were being trained to be the wives of the Princeton guys, or the Williams guys, or the Harvard guys, or, those guys. So, because it was an Ivy League school. Anyway, I wanted to do better. Well, it wasn't easy, let me tell you. It wasn't like there was just a glass ceiling. It was like, you were buried in cement. you didn't even see a ceiling. And so I tried. But it was really difficult in those days to imagine yourself as reaching beyond a certain point. And being Jewish on top of that, So, and from a poor family, there were people who were amazing. Like Marian Anderson, who is this incredible black singer who had to break down discrimination. And Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, our president during the Depression, she was an amazing woman. She supported Marian Anderson to sing in a place that the Daughters of the American Revolution, which was totally, in the culture of the racist South, she had to help her. She couldn't sing where she wanted to. But thanks to Eleanor Roosevelt, she did even better than that. She sang, where the heck was that, James? I don't remember. At this incredible, like the Lincoln Memorial or something like that. I can't even remember where it was. But that's because my memory does not do better. Never will. We have a...
But you can do better as a person.
Yeah. Yes, here we have...
Catalina sends a big heart of love and a big sun of sunshine and happiness and stars.
Yay.
Thank you, Catalina.
Yay, Catalina. So good to see you. So anyway, with the help of Eleanor Roosevelt, she did better than how she was being kept down. Amazing. Now, a lot of people didn't get that. A lot of people were killed just for being black or poor, raped, and so on. It wasn't easy. It was a real struggle. So it's very easy to have experiences like that and say, well, we can't do better. No, 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 because the world is against us. Well, today, there are black people and Hispanic people even in the Republican Party, which is not that open. And if you look at pictures of the Democratic National Convention, it's like, whoa, you're in the melting pot,
Yes.
And so as a world, as a society, we are doing better than we were doing when I was a child.
So much more opportunity, so much more diversity.
So much more. And you know, when my mother, and there is Amy.
Oh, and Amy is here and says, hi, Beth and James, and sends a couple of hearts of love. Thank you, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
And Todd is here, and he says, hi, I'm here, but making the doggies dinner, so it took me a while to write.
Well,
She
thank
sends a
you,
heart of love
Todd.
also. Thank you,
It's
Todd.
very important. The dog dinner is very important. So anyway, could we do better? Obviously, because we are doing better. You know, there may be racism today. There's discrimination. There's horrible attacks on people. But oh my God, we are doing better. And I was going to tell you that my mother was born in 1914, before women had the right to vote. We're doing better, aren't we? So just because we look around and we see problems, and it seems like, you know, a tiny percentage of the world's population owns the power, the money, and all of that, we shouldn't say, oh, we can't do any better than that because that's what we already have. If people had said that, there would have been no American Revolution. And people around the world, you know, they thought they could do better. They tried to come here to do better. My grandparents came from the Ukraine, you know, Jewish people from the Ukraine and from Transylvania. Yes, this is not a joke. They were from Transylvania, but this had nothing to do with, who is that?
Count Dracula.
Count Dracula. Anyway, poor Jewish immigrants, truly poor, extremely Jewish, and definitely immigrants. And hey, I'm doing better. I have a college education. You know, my grandparents could
And a
barely,
graduate degree.
and a graduate degree, and my grandparents could barely speak English. So yes, you look at it from the long haul and you see we can do better. Well, what about us personally? Can we do better? How many of us have given up on us doing better? And when I say doing better, I don't mean making more money or climbing the ladder of success. I'm talking about better as a human being. Yes, I
can
mean,
speak personally that I'm a much better person now than I was some time ago.
that's right. And, you know, we can get discouraged because let us say, oh, I've been trying to do something about my anger problem for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 80 years. I've been trying to do something, but haven't been able to. I just can't do better. So what happens when you say I can't do better? You stop trying. So is it convincing? Oh yeah, it's very convincing. Okay, so I don't have good health and I'm short. So
You can't get taller.
I cannot get taller. Anyway, none of my clothes would fit if I were any taller. But if I have this attitude that I can't get better, I never will because I won't try. If I think that my health, I'm only 79, you know, every
It's
day.
never too late.
It
to
is
get
never
better than
too
you
late.
were before.
You know, the fact is that every day there's some kind of breakthrough in science. We are clearly doing a lot of damage to our environment. So can we do better? Oh no, people are stupid, people are stuck, people are okay, well, isn't it interesting that in some of our more conservative states, like Texas, there's a massive amount of solar power? Of course, because they have a lot of sunshine, would make sense. So as a society, we can do better. Well, what about me? Why do I have myself convinced that not only will I never get ahead, well, you know, it's kind of hard to get ahead when you're this old. But you never know. Hey, you share this program with all your friends, and suddenly I am going to be viral on Facebook. Don't laugh. We can do better. Why am I not viral on, with not aminovirus either, on Facebook or YouTube or all of those? It could happen, right? We could do better in terms of reaching people. But, then the other thing is, hey, I look out and I see other people 50 years younger, more, and they're doing great. They're saying all the same things that I would say, or that I am saying, or I have been saying for 70 some odd years, right? So maybe I don't even have to, because they're already doing it. That's really exciting. That's really exciting. But see, there's still, for me, I can still do better. I can still change. I can still change how I am reacting on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember that little story I told you about Marian Anderson, the singer, incredible singer. Not only did she sing Negro spirituals, that's what they were called. They weren't called black spirituals. But she also sang opera. What an affront! A black woman singing opera. When was this? Like
1950s? Oh,
yeah,
40s.
40s or so. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Well, there were a lot of people who helped her. There were a lot of people who saw what she had. We may not be able to be better by ourselves, but we can still reach out. Let's say you find that you have a problem of procrastination. You think that you're too scared, too weak, too ugly, too old, too young, too. Maybe you are too. Maybe I will never be able to reach the top of the refrigerator. I'm about 5 foot, so I would have to be a very short refrigerator. Maybe I won't be able to do a lot of things in my life, but if I'm in a team, maybe you can see the top of the
I noticed in your title of your topic, it says, can we do better?
Exactly.
So with support from others,
we
supporting others,
yes,
we can do better.
yes,
And I've had that experience with you and the group of people that we're associated with.
yes.
We're all doing better because we're all continually working on our personal growth and healing.
That's right, and we're doing it together. And it looks like we have another comment.
Oh, Karen says, I like how you say, I'm only 79. Me too. Only smile. You're so right.
All right, Karen, we, old white ladies, unite. I am so excited because when I see the people out there who are fighting for democracy, still, who aren't so cynical, because it's not just that we've experienced personal defeat or social defeat. We have also lost confidence in ourselves. Many of us don't think that we've got it, whatever it is. And we've got ourselves convinced of that. Well, maybe tomorrow will be different. Maybe something will happen tomorrow. Maybe some great breakthrough in healthcare is going to happen, and all of a sudden, this old lady is actually going to be well for the first time in her life. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to say that isn't going to happen. I'm also not holding my breath, mind you. But what I am saying is, when it's we together, I can't reach the top of the refrigerator, but you can. We can take on things together that we can't take on ourselves. So how many of us have given up on ourselves changing some quality in ourselves that we have tried over and over and over, and yet you never know where the help is going to come from? That suddenly you're going to have your Eleanor Roosevelt who's going to help you get on that stage. And I don't mean for ego's sake, I mean for your soul's sake. Get a good counselor, have a good friend, get a good husband or wife or other. You know, we have to have that big perspective. We can do better. And what is exciting to me is as I'm watching this Democratic National Convention, I see these people, they're dancing, they're laughing, they did this roll call, they had, I don't know if it was a rapper or a hip hop or what it was all kinds of music. I couldn't understand a word they were saying, and I couldn't even relate to the music in any way, but I saw the energy and I thought, look at all these people. Look where they came from. Look at 50,000 people here or 20,000 people and 12,000 people. There's people out there. You're not alone. You can do it. You just can't do it alone. Because that's the problem. We think we need to do it alone. We think we're supposed to do it alone. That's the sickness of our society. We need everybody to be lifted up, for us to be lifted up. So it isn't just that I'm doing a favor to you to help you rise because, I'm a good person. Yes. No, it's because when you rise, can you imagine baking a bread and only having one molecule rising? Either the bread rises or it don't rise.
The whole bread and nothing but the bread.
The whole bread, and what is it? The
whole bread and nothing but the bread.
Right. So help me God. So, there it is. If we look around us, if I look at my own life and I think, well, how many more years do I have to live, right? And what can I do? Well, I'm still going to do whatever I can do, right? But I don't have to do it. I can still be encouraged and feel like, yes, we can be better because there are so many good people out there. Where did they all come from? How come I didn't know them yesterday, right? I know there have been people out there fighting for decades. See, I was lucky that I came of age. See, I was born in 1945. So I had the misfortune of coming of age in the 1950s. And I want to tell you, it was so, repressed. Everybody was so repressed. Nobody was having a good time. I met rich girls when I went to college, and they weren't happy either. And I'm sure the guys didn't like it that much either. Everybody was being pushed into a certain mold. Well, that mold is broken, guys. The mold is broken, and here it is. It's only so from 1960 to 1923 is what? 63 years. Right. You think, if you're young, you may think that's a long time. If you're a little older, you think that, oh my God, that was just yesterday. Just yesterday. And I look around and I say, my God, the world has changed. And there are so many people who are fighting. And how many people have been fighting for decades to make this a better world? And how many of us have been struggling for decades to be better people, to change our attitudes, to become more loving, more relaxed, more courageous, more hopeful, more self-honest, more compassionate, more understanding. If you ain't changing, you're not growing. And there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. Minds are supposed to evolve. Our understanding is supposed to grow. Always look for support for the things that you want to see change. Yes, we can be better. I believe that we Americans can be better.
And people all over the world, we can all be better.
And people
Come
all
together,
over the world.
support each other.
That's right. That's right. I happen to get caught up in the USA thing right now because of the, but okay, we get knocked down, but we can be better. People, there can be less racism. There can be less misogyny and hatred of women. There can be less Islamophobia. There can be less anti-Semitism. There can be less, oppression. There can be less exploitation. There can be, because in some ways we've seen that things can be better. So we've got to remember that. We have to remember that I can be better. I may need support. I may need to go into uncomfortable places. Some people have horrible health issues. They need surgeries or they need treatments, and some treatments actually work, right? And they go through a lot, but they get better.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of cancers growing in the human heart. It's sad, but we do. Competition, hatred, divisiveness. The belief that we can only get ahead at someone else's expense. The belief that we're supposed to pretend that we can do it ourselves. The trying to look big. The trying to grab more for ourselves. Okay, these are all cancers. Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out. People have gone through a lot to recover, personally and in society. Let's be willing to do that and join all the other people and take heart by looking at the faces of people who are fighting for everyone and the strength that they show. And don't feel bad about yourself and say, "Ooh, no, I'm too small. I'm no good. Look at all this. I'm no Fannie Lou Hamer." You don't even know who Fannie Lou Hamer is, but anyway. Don't do that. Say, "Oh, I live in the same world they do. I feel supported by everything they are doing because together we can be better." So that's the hope that I have in my heart. So I would like to ask you to do a better job of sharing these programs.
Yes, we can do better.
We can do better, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Share, share, share. Like us or love us on Facebook and give us a thumbs up on YouTube.
And by the way, we have Jeffrey over here on YouTube giving us the V sign for victory.
Yay!
And the piano keys and the cool guy with shades on, looking cool and relaxed.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you to everybody who's out there who is supporting us. So give us that support. Share our programs. Come back next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for the next edition of Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks. You never know what I'm going to do next time. And come tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Pacific time. We're at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays. Come share with us. Leave us your comments. I will write to you later. And if you're busy, come later. Do the replay. Did we just go at? Oh, we just lost our battery power. Well, next time we can do better, right? We can do better. Anyway, if you made a comment right now, we can't see it because James' computer, his laptop just funked out. But we thank you, and I will write to you later. And we always try. We do our best. And don't be discouraged, because we can do better, and don't let that little voice stop you. Bye-bye.